Hey there friends, Andrea Walford here from Make Beautiful Cards. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this Happiest of Birthdays cards featuring the Happiest of Birthdays stamp set and the Quite Curvy bundle. So the first thing that we're going to do for this card is we're going to die cut the curves you see here, and we're going to die cut them out of 4 different colors of cardstock: Daffodil Delight, Mango Melody, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay. Now I'm going to be using this curve die that gives me the curve with this dotted border, and this comes from the Curvy Dies, which is a die set that coordinates with the Quite Curvy stamp set. So what I'm going to do is I want to die cut these at different angles. So I have here a scrap piece of Daffodil Delight cardstock. Now this is 2 inches by 3 7/8 of an inch, and 3 7/8 is the width of this panel here. So you want to make sure that your scrap pieces are going to be the width of your panel. Now for the Daffodil Delight, you can see I have this curve that goes at the bottom, and that curve is about 1 inch up, or it's about 1 inch high. So as I position my die, I want to make sure, first of all, you'll see when you look at your die, the die runs along one edge and then the dots are below. So I want to make sure that that die edge is towards the top, and then I want to position this bottom portion of the die at 1 inches. And then I'm going to want to get this top portion of the die as close to the top of this piece as I can, so that I have a fairly steep angle. Now I'm going to grab a couple of pieces of my repositionable tape, and I'm going to hold my die in place so it doesn't shift, and I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine. So I'm back from my die cutting machine, and you can see I have my Daffodil Delight piece. So now I'm going to take my Mango Melody, and for my Mango Melody you can see my curve. So with the Daffodil Delight it goes downwards, over here it goes upwards. So I'm shifting my die over, and I have a Mango Melody cardstock piece that's 3 7/8 of an inch wide. So I'm going to shift it over, and I'm going to kind of flatten it out a bit so it's not as much of a curve. And it doesn't have to be this exact height, because as long as there's enough room that as long as it's high enough that the bottom edge doesn't show beyond the yellow edge, it doesn't have to extend all the way to the bottom of the cardstock. But I am going to make it high enough that I have a little bit of leeway here. And then once I'm happy with the placement, I'm going to take my tape, I'm going to hold it in place, and then I'm going to die cut this piece. So I'm back from my die cutting machine, and you can see I have my Mango Melody piece. So now I'm going to take my Bermuda Bay piece, which is also 3 7/8 of an inch high, and I'm going to die cut it. So I want to make sure that the die is positioned towards the top. And I want to have it on a downward slope, but a little bit more of a downward slope than this one. So I'm going to slide this over a little bit, and I'm going to have it at a bit deeper angle than I had this piece here. Now again, remember, you don't have to have, your piece just has to be long enough that it can tuck under the piece below. So now I'm going to hold this in place with my tape, and I'm going to die cut this, and I will be back. So I'm back from my die cutting machine. You can see I have my Bermuda Bay piece cut. So now, or not Bermuda Bay, Coastal Cabana. So now I'm going to grab my Bermuda Bay piece, and I'm going to cut it on an angle again, kind of like I did this one, but not quite as steep of an angle. So I'm going to go ahead and hold my die in place. Just want to make sure the die edge is upwards, and then I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine. So I'm back from my die cutting machine, and you can see I have my Bermuda Bay piece that's been die cut. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to place some double-sided adhesive at the back of this piece, and I'm going to stick it to my cardstock panel. And I want to align it so that the top edge of this piece is about 3 1/2 inches, or the top left corner, I guess, is about 3 1/2 inches up from the bottom of my panel, like so. Now I'm going to take my Bermuda Bay piece, and I'm going to put some adhesive on that. And then I'm going to align this piece so that it's about 3/4 of an inch down. So the top left corner is about 3/4 of an inch down from the top left corner of my Bermuda Bay piece. Now I'm going to take my Mango Melody piece and I'm sticking that. I want to make sure that I have a little bit of the Bermuda Bay piece showing here on top of my Mango Melody piece. And then finally, I'm going to take my Daffodil Delight piece and I'm going to align this with the bottom edge of my panel. And stick it down. So this panel was 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and remember each of my pieces I cut to 3 7/8 were 3 7/8 wide. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this to my paper trimmer. You can see I have a little bit of overhanging edge on the right side, so I'm just going to trim that so that there's no overhanging edge, and then I will be back. So I'm back from my paper trimmer and you can see what my panel looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside, and we're now going to create our greeting. So I have here a 3 by 3 1/4 inch piece of black cardstock, and I want to attach it to my grid paper with a little bit of repositionable adhesive. So it's just a temporary stick and it just keeps it in place while I'm stamping. Now I'm going to take my embossing powder tool and I just want to pat it over the surface of my cardstock really well. And you just want to make sure too when you do this that after you've run it all over the surface of your cardstock, you don't touch it. You don't touch your cardstock again. So now I'm going to be using the Wishing You the Happiest of Birthdays greeting from the Happiest of Birthdays stamp set. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink it up with my white craft ink. And then I'm going to center this on this piece of cardstock and I'm going to stamp. It's a big stamp, so you just want to make sure that you apply pressure all over. So there you can see we have this nice impression. So I'm going to take this piece now and I'm going to lay it on my coffee filter and I'm going to sprinkle on white embossing powder. And I'm going to tap off the excess. See, and if you put enough of that embossing powder tool, then you should have no white flecks stuck to your, or minimal white flecks. Just adding a little bit more embossing powder behind the P. So I'm now going to take my heat tool and I'm going to heat this until the embossing powder melts. So I've heat embossed my greeting, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fussy cut it out using my paper snips. My paper snips are these fine-tipped pair of scissors from Stampin' Up, and I'm just going to cut this leaving about a 1/16 of an inch border all around. Now for tips on fussy cutting, please refer to my YouTube video called How to Fussy Cut Like a Pro, because I share a lot of tips and tricks for getting great results when you're fussy cutting images. So I finished die cutting my greeting. I'm going to set that aside, and now I'm going to take the Quite Curvy stamp set and I'm going to stamp this little bird onto a scrap piece of white cardstock using my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And just make sure that when you stamp your bird, you leave enough room around it because you're going to be die cutting it. Now I'm going to take some Stampin' Blends and I'm going to start with my light Daffodil Delight. I'm going to color in the bottom part of the bird, so the body of the bird. Then I'm going to take my Mango Melody and I'm going to add a little bit of shading just on the underside of the wing and the face. Then I'm going to scribble a little bit of my Mango Melody onto this acrylic block that I have here left over from a previous project. I'm going to pick that up with my Daffodil Delight, and I'm just going to blend out the very edge of that Mango Melody color. And then make sure my marker is clean, and then we'll move on to the blue. So now I have here my Dark Pool Party, and I'm going to color in the top portion of the bird. And then I'm going to take my light Bermuda Bay and I'm going to add some shading at the top of his head and a little bit in this wing area as well. And then I'm going to scribble some of this color onto an acrylic block. I'm going to pick it up with my dark Pool Party, and I'm just blending out the edge a little bit. And then I'm going to finish off by grabbing my light Pool Party, and I'm just going to color over that edge there like so. So now I'm going to take my curvy dies and I'm going to take the die that coordinates with this little bird image. And I'm going to position it around my die. And then I'm going to tape it down and I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine. So I'm back from my die cutting machine and you can see that when I die cut this, it ended up a little bit uneven. So I think my die may have slipped a little bit, or maybe I didn't position it super well. So because there's this quite a bit of white at the bottom, I'm just gonna take my paper snips and I'm gonna trim it down. And at this point, I probably could have just fussy cut the bird, but anyways, it'll work. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna grab my card, and I'm going to center and stick this panel onto the front of my card. And you can see that this is a wider panel than I usually add to my cards. This panel was 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 of an inch. So it gives me a border that's almost, I guess, almost 1/4 of an inch, not quite, like 3/16 of an inch. So I want to make sure I center this on my panel. And then once I'm happy with the placement, I'm going to place some of my double-sided adhesive under one side, and I'm going to rotate my card, and I'm going to place it under the other side, like so. Now for my greeting, I'm going to stick that down using some Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm going to place Stampin' Dimensionals at the back. And I'm going to remove the backing from my Stampin' Dimensionals and I'm going to center this and stick it down onto my card. So I've positioned this so that it's a little bit above center. It's centered between the left and right sides, but it's a little bit higher than the center point. Now I'm going to take the Stampin' Dimensional, and I'm just going to see, I could probably get away with using a large one. And I'm going to stick it behind my little bird, and I'm going to position my bird so it looks like it's standing on the N and the G of my greeting, like so. So now the last step for my card is to add some rhinestones. So I'm going to take a medium rhinestone, I'm going to tuck it here in the bottom corner, and I'm going to add a couple of small ones. So I want to create a cluster of 3. And then I'm going to create another cluster of 3 here at the top. So I've got a medium one, and then I'm going to place a couple of small ones. So there you have it, friends. You can see what our card looks like, and it's now finished.